Rick from afathersloss.com. Hey, just want to come to you here today with a little video, short video about mistakes that parents make around pools and water. Okay, just a couple, just two mistakes that I'm going to touch on here today. The number one mistake is that we lose track of our children. We don't keep them in an eyesight. We don't keep them close by. A small child, if they're walking, running, as a parent, you know just how fast they can get away from you if you're not really vigilant. And you could be putting groceries away. You could be doing a lot of different things. But here's the thing: in the time that takes you to send a text message, and the time it takes you to answer your cell phone, a child can drown. They get away from you. They get out of sight. Within 2 minutes, your child could lose consciousness. Within 4 to 6 minutes, your child can suffer permanent brain damage. Okay, we as parents have a tendency to live a little bit in false security, I think. If you have an above-ground pool, these have become very inexpensive. You can go to Walmart and buy a 3-foot, I think, 4-foot above-ground pool with the filters and all that stuff. They have a very inexpensive, flimsy ladder to them. Many cases, these pools are very unsafe. I think if you really probably look into the safety record of these pools, I think you would probably not really purchase one. But with that being said, I think parents might believe that a child won't climb the ladder. If they scold them and they punish them enough that they won't, you turn your back. But a child has natural curiosity, and a child has no fear. They don't fear anything. Okay, I wrote a post earlier and. That you can go to afathersloss.com and look at that. And I talk a little bit about that. Also, if you want to know a little bit about my story, I'll put a link below of an ebook. And also, you can also download by subscribing to my blog to pick up a free copy of my ebook, A Father's Loss. But one of the other things, well, let me go back here. Let me just ask you a question. If a situation like that was to happen, would you know what to do if you found your child? Okay, if you weren't able to find your child and you had a pool in the backyard. Okay, think about that question, and we'll come back to that here in a minute. Now, mistake number two that parents make around pools and water, okay, is that we put a lot of trust and faith in other people to watch our children for us around pools and water. For example, a lifeguard. Okay, a lifeguard is an important tool to a public pool, okay, or a beach setting. But they many times are not the person who finds somebody struggling in the water, okay? Such as a small toddler. Small toddlers typically slip into the water very silently. They fall into the water many times without a splash. They don't float because they don't know how to float. Or they put their trust in wearing floaties that have always helped them stay afloat. And they sink to the bottom like a rock. And like I said earlier, 2 minutes they lose consciousness, and 4 to 6 minutes they can suffer permanent brain damage. My daughter was estimated to be in the pool and underwater for approximately 6 to 8 minutes before she was found by 2 young boys, brought to the side of the pool where there was a lifeguard sitting in his lifeguard chair just 8 feet away from where they found her. Okay, I'm not passing blame on the lifeguard. Okay, there's a lot of factors, but in that setting, the lifeguards have a very important responsibility. Not only to make sure they keep people safe, that they prevent accidents, and a lot of times there's children running. There's people not obeying the rules of the pool, and so they're having to stop that type of behavior. And in turn, a small child like that could slip by very easily, undetected, and by the time they are found, it could be too late. But the other mistake that I believe that parents make, along with that, okay, is they let their babysitter take their child to a pool. Okay, or their babysitter has a pool, one of these inexpensive above-ground pools, and they let their children swim. I believe that's a big mistake. I believe now. Okay, at the time, before my daughter passed away, I wouldn't have told you that, because again, my daughter was in care of a babysitter that day. The babysitter that was probably, I would say, probably wasn't adequately trained, in supervision of children around swimming pools, or didn't really understand the dangers, because again, she put the faith, because there was lifeguards there, there was fences there, there was things that were supposed to keep the children safe. Okay, we live in an imperfect world. Not everything goes according to plan. Not everything is perfect. We as parents are entrusted with the safety of our children, and so in turn we must make sure that they are safe. Okay, so those are just some couple of common mistakes I think we as parents make, and I know as a parent I've made many of these mistakes, and you know, and I'm here to tell you that my daughter drowned because I was not informed. I knew dangers of the pool. I knew, but I have no idea that in a couple minutes that a child could drown. I had no idea. I put the faith and trust in the system. I put the faith and trust in the people that were in charge and care of my children when I wasn't present. So I would advise you and strongly urge that you do not do that. Okay. The other thing is would you know what to do if you couldn't find your child? Most people will look every place but the pool, losing valuable time, valuable minutes that could be the difference of their child living or dying. Do you know what to do in case of an accident like that? Do you know CPR? Do you have a plan? If you have a pool, or you know anybody that has a pool, do you have a plan? Like, most people, we're foster parents, and in our home we have a plan here in our home to a fire escape plan. We have certain things that we have, a tornado drill, just like most businesses and schools do. But do you have a plan in place, and to make sure that your children and your children's friends and family members and things like that are safe? Do you have the proper training in order to take care of a situation? Do you know first aid? We're going to talk about these in a future blog post and a future vlog. So take the time, subscribe, and subscribe to my YouTube channel here. Also go over to afatherslost.com. The link is below. Subscribe to my blog so you can get updates also. Excuse me. You can get updates also for that. So until the next time, I appreciate your time. Please post your comments. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Give me a thumbs down if you don't like the video. But nonetheless, you have a safe day. And with summertime coming, you have a safe summer. And enjoy all the outdoors and the outdoor sports and everything that goes along with the summer. I know you will. So until then, you have a blessed day.